It's no secret, dieting can be tough. When you're constantly feeling deprived, it's easy to give into your cravings and end up binging on all the foods you're trying not to eat. This can quickly derail your health goals and leave you feeling frustrated and disappointed and bad about yourself. That's no good. So, today I'm going to explore the dark side of dieting and give you some other strategies to be healthy that don't involve counting calories, carbs, or fat grams. There is actually a no diet approach to losing weight and gaining health. Okay, first, dieting actually leads to binge eating. It's true. Diets fail because, on some level, they're about deprivation, and that always leads to overeating or binging. Why? Because the anticipation or experience of not being able to have what you want only makes you want it more. And if you're thinking all day about not having pizza, pasta, anything with a carb, then you've got food on your mind all day. And that puts the focus on the wrong thing, which is what you are eating instead of why you're eating it. So diets work. Yeah, they work, but only as long as you stay on them. Ultimately, dieting hurts your mood, spirit, sense of enjoyment, and self image. Taryn Brumfitt, in her documentary Embrace, says, never trust a 4-letter word where the first 3 letters spell die. There you have it. Okay, so why do diets usually end in failure? Well, diets fail for both physiological and psychological reasons. Physiologically, diets are often restrictive, which leads to hunger, and also it leads to a slower metabolism. If you don't get enough calories, your body goes into starvation mode. Fewer calories come in, your metabolism becomes more efficient. So basically, your body's like, oh, we need to slow our roll. And then you need fewer calories to keep your blood flowing, your heart beating, your organs working, becomes more efficient. You need fewer calories. And then when you go off the diet, you gain weight because now your body needs fewer calories just for maintenance. It's a vicious cycle. So essentially, dieting makes you gain weight more easily. And when it comes to binging, it's not logical, it's psychological. And then we get to the psychology of eating. So diets fail because diets only deal with food. They focus on what you're eating, but again, not why. And the why is everything. Diets don't address the underlying conflicts that make you turn to food in the first place. And there are many reasons for eating issues. And those reasons range from using food for comfort, celebration, distraction, to numb emotions, to be symbolically fulfilled, to turn emotional pain to physical pain. There are a lot. The cycle of losing weight by dieting and then regaining that weight also causes frustration and anxiety and a sense of powerlessness over your own body and a feeling of failure. And when you use food to cope with painful feelings, the painful and upsetting experience of dieting can actually lead to binging. So what to do? First, ask yourself what you're really hungry for. If you've seen the movie Oliver Twist or read the book, one of the most memorable scenes is when young Oliver bravely steps forward to make a meek request of the workhouse master. He says, "Please, sir, I want some more." Our hearts go out to Oliver, who clearly desperately needs more food and clearly completely deserves to have more. But take a moment to consider your own life and the areas in which you may want more. Maybe not food, but something else. Because our relationship with food can mirror what's missing in our lives. Many expressions use food metaphors to describe a feeling of yearning, hungry for love, starving for attention, starving for affection. When we feel deprived, we often comfort ourselves with food as a way of symbolically making up for what's missing in our lives. And this is how deprivation, whether it's deprivation of food, love, connection, attention, satisfaction, financial security, or anything else, is a trigger for binging. So the next time you're feeling deprived, take a step back and try to understand what it is that you're really hungering for in that moment? Is it affection, connection, a sense of belonging? More. Lots of reasons. And some underlying reasons for many people are, if you feel sad and in need of comfort, but nobody is there to console you adequately, you might turn to food to provide that sense of comfort. Loneliness can feel like emptiness, and food can, again, symbolically fill that void. If you're in an unsatisfying relationship, you might use food to satisfy your unmet needs. If you're in a situation you can't control, you may focus on your powerlessness over food instead of feeling powerless about that situation you're in. Food for that. Let's talk about how to deal with deprivation. We often aren't really taught how to handle the intense feelings that come hair on my mouth that come with deprivation, which is sad, angry, frustrated, so many emotions. And when feelings are too much to bear, we often use binging as a way to cope. So if you're feeling deprived or restricted, it's important to find healthy ways to cope with what's going on. Remember, there are two ways to deal with emotions. One is to distract from them, which is where binging comes in. Binging is a distraction. And the other one is to actually feel them. And whenever I say this, someone says to me, "Oh, you mean I just have to sit in my feelings?" Ugh, no, that isn't helpful. You can't sit your feelings away. To process your feelings, the first thing you have to do is express them. Use words to talk about what's bothering you. Journal, talk to a friend, share in a support group. Then comfort yourself by acknowledging and validating what's going on. If you find yourself in a diet binge cycle, keep in mind you're not alone. There are many resources available to help you overcome the challenge of dieting and binging. And with the right support system in place, you can overcome any obstacle on your journey to the healthiest, happiest you. One place to start is my free support group on Facebook. It's called Dr. Nina's Food for Thought Community, Outsmart Emotional Eating. That's a great place to start because remember, binge eating is a way of coping with difficult emotions, and it often happens when we feel deprived or emotionally empty or too much alone. When you identify the root of your need, you can start finding healthier ways to satisfy it. Trust me, your body will thank you for this, and so will your soul.